Alright guys, here's the technical analysis video for the 9th of May 2022. It's early in the morning, US Eastern Standard Time, around 2 or 3 hours before the main US equity markets open. So I just want to reiterate my analysis from yesterday. First, let's start at the weekly, looking at the weekly chart of Ethereum. And of course, as always, the contents of this video do not constitute investment, nor trading, nor financial advice. And any trading you do as a result of viewing this video is done entirely at your own risk, and this YouTube channel, Aggregated Finance Technical Analysis, cannot be held responsible for any losses you may incur. Alright, so I want to reiterate, this is a very, very strong pattern to the downside, and we may not even have seen the bulk of the drops as yet. Weekly chart, Ethereum, we are stuck, or we have been in previous weeks, below the 20 moving average, which is pointing downwards, and I know I keep banging on about these moving averages, but they're so important. This is indicating a lot of pressure in recent weeks that this crypto wants to go to the downside. And we're already at the pivot lows from January and February, and if this breaks, watch out below. We're heading down to the 1900 level initially, and then possibly, if things really get ugly over the coming weeks and months, we may even get down to the 1200 level. So nobody should be surprised if that happens. Take action to protect yourselves. Don't let this be a surprise. You don't let this damage your account more than it may have done already. This is a very strong and powerful pattern. The fact that we're here, that we were stuck here for a few weeks, and I've referenced it in previous videos, this thing probably wants to go a lot lower. I don't think we've seen the bulk of the drops as yet. It's a very, very powerful pattern. Let's take a look at Bitcoin, the same time frame. We've got exactly the same setup here. We're already at the pivot lows here, and if we go lower, we're going around to the 29,000 level, and again, possibly below. Bear in mind, this is a long-term downtrend, so there will be bounces along the way. It's not likely to go down in a straight line. Will it go down today, this week? Very difficult to tell, but just bear in mind we're heading lower. This is what the charts are telling me. Again, there will be bounces along the way, but the overall trend is now clearly to the downside, and that is starting to play out. Let's take a look at the hourly charts. So we're now looking at Bitcoin hourly. Look at this. We're stuck below the hourly 20 moving average. We can't even get above it, and at the moment we are going sideways in a bearish manner. So bear in mind that this is also bearish on the hourly time frame. We can't even get a bounce. Sometimes things may get a temporary bounce and it will go up to maybe the 50 moving average, but as long as these moving averages are pointing downwards, that is portending downside. Remember, this is a shorter term time frame. Let's take a look at the same thing on Ethereum. We will probably see exactly the same thing. Yeah, we're absolutely stuck below these moving averages and they are pointing downwards. And just looking now, Ethereum on the daily chart, let's bear in mind, cryptos are a volatile asset. Yeah, they can give a lot of profits to the upside, but when they're in downward mode, bear in mind you're going to get very, very big drops. And I hate to give this news to people, but you've got to be aware as to what's going on. Let's take, for example, January 21st. This was a 20% drop. We went from 3,000 in one day. The low here was, 2,400. That's almost a 20% drop in one day. And we've not seen drops like that as yet. But bear in mind, if we break these lows, which looks like it's going to happen sometime in the coming days, just bear in mind, there's a big drop off the edge of that cliff. So don't be surprised when and if that happens. And looking here on Bitcoin daily, we're already at these pivot lows from January and February. A lot of people would have put their stops there, and if those stops get triggered on any move lower, watch out below. So please, guys, take action to protect yourself. I know it's not great news that I'm giving you, but it's just stuff you need to have the heads up on so that you can protect yourself and take action, perhaps to profit from it if you have the ability to do so. Alright guys, I'll wrap it up there and I'll put out another video when and if I see something meaningful to inform you about.